Like this video if you think LSU's going to beat Clemson, because of course the real Tigers of Death Valley are coming for their first college football playoff championship. Today we are previewing the big game. We're also chatting recruiting and that one special visitor. But we need your likes, we need your comments. We're going for 400 total today on Chat Sports. Here are 3 keys to the game. Number 1, the one-on-one matchups. How about number 1, Jamar Chase, who's been the best wide receiver in college football, and Justin Jefferson, fresh off that 4 TD performance, going up against a pretty good set of corners for Clemson, led by A.J. Terrell. On the other side, you have Derek Stingley Jr. and Kristen Fulton going up against T. Higgins and Justin Ross. The winner of these one-on-one matchups will likely win the game. On to point number 2, Travis Etienne out of Jennings, Louisiana, and Isaiah Simmons. Can LSU stop Clemson's 2 best players? Etienne's going to be pumped up, going up against the home school in the home state, okay? He's pretty pumped up. If you look at his quotes from this week, he is expecting to play his best game of his career. And Simmons, this is the most unique player LSU has faced all year. He is lined up at defensive end. He's also lined up at safety and slot corner, middle linebacker, outside linebacker. He's incredible. So keep an eye out for number 11 on defense. And then point number 3, let Joe Burrow be Joe Burrow. Joe Brady and Steve Ensminger have done a great job setting up an offense that lets Joe Burrow find the open man. Whether that be Chase or Jefferson or Marshall or Thaddeus Moss or a healthy Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Hopefully Clyde is fully rested up and ready to go. You know, everyone's making this a big Trevor Lawrence and his flowy hair against Macaulay Culkin, Joe Burrow looking dude. Whatever. It's no contest for me. Look at the stats. Joe Brady and Joe Burrow, 2,000 more yards passing, really? Nearly 2,000? And then 19 more TDs and 2 fewer interceptions, all against stiffer competition. Look, Trevor Lawrence is a great talent, but he comes nowhere close to what Joe Burrow has done this year. Advantage LSU, okay? Now, this is pretty simple. If you're new to Chat Sports, if you're a Clemson fan watching this video, we want to hook you up with $50. All you have to do is give us your score predictions below LSU versus Clemson, and the first person that gets it right, you're winning $50. So slap your Go Tigers down there, like the video, and guess what? We're hooking you up $50 with Chat Sports, and in order to win, gotta like the video. So let's get to it with your predictions. Let's go to a Bet DSI preview of the point spread of this game. LSU right now a 5.5 point favorite. I think that number could go up even more. When Clemson won, it started at 3.5, and it's just going to keep creeping up. The over-under currently is set at 69, and this year, according to Bet DSI, LSU is 8-4-1 against the number, and Clemson is 10-3. Now, really quickly, that is pretty ridiculous, okay? For the point spreads for those 2 teams to be as big as they've been this year, LSU and Clemson have still been able to cover most of the time, all right? Now with Bet DSI, it's pretty simple. You go to chatsports.com/bet and you type in the promo code CFP120, you're getting a 120% bonus. So if you're betting the national championship game, why don't you do it with Chat Sports and Bet DSI? Get there now. And it's all sports, by the way. Chatsports.com/bet. Let's chat a little recruiting to the most frustrating recruiting story you will ever read. Zachary Evans, the number 1 overall running back prospect. The Under Armour All-American game was kind of a disaster for him, okay? We were supposed to know where he signed in the early period when he announced it at the Under Armour All-American game, okay? Supposed to know. All right, he told reporters that he was going to announce, and then when it was time for the game, he didn't announce. Now, for those that have followed, this really shouldn't shock you because in December, we were supposed to know where he was going to go, and he pushed the commitment date back. This has been a guy that every school's been after, and apparently he did end up signing his early papers with Georgia. What are we supposed to believe about this kid now, okay? So LSU still in the running, I guess. Does LSU still want him? Does Texas A&M even want him? Who wants him? This is a kid that the night before the state championship game, North Shore High School out of Houston, he wouldn't give his cell phone up to the coaches. All right, he had a curfew, didn't pay attention to the rules. They suspended him for the game, and they still won the game. So, you should never be beholden to any one recruit. And LSU right now doesn't have a running back, in large part because they have been waiting for Zachary Evans, who they may not get. So, really quickly, let's take a look at the top 5. Clemson's at number 1. Right now at number 2 is Alabama. Georgia at 3. Then at 4, Ohio State. And then at 5, LSU. LSU will jump Ohio State if they end up getting Evans, or maybe they get a different running back. Here are a few guys to look out for. Starting off with Jahmyr Gibbs. I love this kid. Reminds me of Alvin Kamara, and to a lesser degree, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He catches footballs out of the backfield. He makes guys miss. And I want you to read this quote from the Army All-American game via 247 Sports. And as you could see, this is what I want you to focus on. He loves the fact that this offense gets key players in open space. And that, to me, is what the LSU offense is now. It's a lot like the Saints offense. Joe Brady, Saints to LSU. They like getting players out into space and letting them make plays. So Jahmyr Gibbs, even knowing that now, knowing what LSU has to offer, is a good fit. Now, he is committed to Georgia Tech. He is from Georgia. It's going to be tough to pry him away. He has an official visit to Ohio State coming up. Maybe Florida creeps in. Who knows? So LSU needs to go all in and get this kid. The Warren Easton prospect, I love him. Ashad Clayton had one of the great legendary high school runs in the playoffs this offseason, had 4 TDs in one game. He's currently committed to Colorado. He feels shunned by LSU, and I think he will end up staying with the Buffaloes. And then Kevontre Bradford. I like this kid out of Texas. I'm not as high on him as other people are. He is a top 15 back. In fact, he's higher ranked than Clayton and Gibbs. This is just my personal preference. I'm not a recruiting expert, but it would be nice for LSU to pick up anyone, and Bradford is certainly not a bad player. Wisconsin and the Buckeyes are currently after him as well. Now, as far as the 2020 class is concerned, let's give LSU a lot of credit. They end up getting Dwight McGlothern in the Army All-American game. That was a huge pickup, another corner to go along with Elias Ricks in this class. Here are 3 other prospects that are out there. 5-star defensive end Jordan Burch, okay? Now, a lot of you have kept up with Jordan Burch. He committed to South Carolina in the early process, but he didn't actually sign with South Carolina. So he's still out there. Reports say that LSU was actually the number 2 school. So maybe LSU wins the championship, and Burch says, I want to compete for national titles, because you're not going to do that if you go to South Carolina. We all know about his connection to Will Muschamp. Will Muschamp's son is one of his best friends. They were teammates. So it's going to be tough, but Jordan Burch is still out there, as is 4-star offensive tackle Tykees Crawford and 4-star defensive tackle McKinley Jackson. Of the 3, I like Crawford. He was initially committed to Arkansas, but McKinley Jackson is the most likely to commit to LSU. And let's be honest, LSU has a good defensive tackle class already with Jaquelin Roy and Jacobian Guillory. So it's not a make-or-break process for McKinley Jackson, but I do think he ends up going to LSU. So, a little fun question for you. When you think Tigers, do you think LSU or do you think Clemson? Type L for LSU, type C for Clemson, and let me know in the comments. And of course, get your score predictions in as well for your chance to win $50. LSU will wear their white uniforms with yellow bottoms. Clemson will wear all orange. No real surprise from LSU. They were the higher-ranked team. They got to choose to wear their white uniforms, so they're going to look great, and we want you to look great with Chat Sports. Okay, we got some great deals for you. All you have to do is go to chatsports.com/LSU gear because our friends at Fanatics, they're hooking you up with a really special deal right now. All you have to do is type in free ship and you get free shipping, okay? That's what we do here at Chat Sports. We hook you up big time. T-shirts, hats, they have everything. Chatsports.com/LSU gear. You see this shirt. Woo! That shirt looks great. How about a nice little hoodie, all right? Or a hat. They have it all, okay? Go to chatsports.com/LSU gear. Once again, that is chatsports.com/LSU gear. And don't forget to type in that promo code free ship. Now on to President Trump. He will be at the game. I don't like it personally because I'm going to the game. And by the way, if you're going to the game, hook me up with the social media message at Carter the Power. I'm going to meet up. We can go to Bourbon or Frenchman, where the real New Orleans people party. So anyway, security is going to be crazy, okay, especially with everything that's going on. So if you were at the game, would you boo Trump or would you cheer for Trump? Give me a B for boo. Give me a C for cheer. Come on, let's see it. Why not? Here's my thing. If I saw President Trump, okay, at the game, I would tell him, when LSU wins the national championship and when you invite the team to the White House, don't feed them fast food cheeseburgers, okay? Did you see what he did last year with Clemson? Had 45-minute-old McDonald's burgers waiting for him. And nothing against McDonald's, but that stuff gets so greasy and nasty 5 minutes after you order it. So that was so gross. Have some oysters. Have some etouffee. Have something there, okay? Anyway, before we get out of here, we need your score predictions, okay? LSU versus Clemson. The first person that gets it right, we're hooking you up $50 via Venmo. I am at Carter the Power. I love having fun. I love meeting up. I've already met up with some of you guys. This has been so much fun making Chat Sports your home for LSU content. Give me your comments. I reply to all of them. And then on social media, I am at Carter the Power. Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. I have a lot of LSU-only TikTok content at Carter the Power. So let's do this thing. Now, this is my hat. I got this helmet when I was like 3 years old, okay? It still doesn't fit, but here we go. This is me. We're going to have fun, okay? Let's connect at Carter the Power and at Chat Sports. We are going to make this your home for LSU content, baby. Go Tigers! Let's bring this home, Coach O. Championship coming back to Baton Rouge.